Skip it up and that up.
I gotta say, this is a complicated one. Out of all the videos on this special, this is the only one I had to at least double think on making at all. Not because of any stupid beef towards ReviewTechUSA, RTU for shortcuts, or Reg for shortcuts, but because it's a channel that I consume and nothing else. Every channel that I have watched has, in some form or another, managed to create an emotional attachment for me. But despite the fact that I have watched videos from Rick since I wanna say 2015, 2016, it will go out like me just watching the video, listen to him talk, and then I'd move on with my day. Sometimes I will comment on his videos since he's majorly about creating discussion on certain topics, but that's all there was to it. ReviewTechUSA is, for all intents and purposes, a commentary YouTuber. He will express his thoughts about news, pieces of tech, the gaming industry, and other times even online drama. But I wanna say that he's been more seasonal than something he will go out his way to talk about. I remember him talking about the Pro Yara situation and Boogie, but I don't think he ever went out of his way to talk about every drama thing that was happening on the online world per se. Although, don't quote me of that if you want me to go there. He's a man that creates top quality, cutting edge commentary videos, and as a matter of fact, regardless of what I say in this video, the man has plenty of knowledge in both technology and media production. He's not just a guy that bought pretty equipment just to show his nipples at 4K resolution. With that said, he's definitely a quantity is priority kind of creator. There is a clear formula within his work, and he makes sure to bake it properly in order to get it done both as good as possible, but also as fast as possible. To the point where on occasions, he will turn into something more repetitive than consistent, if you ask me. The best example that comes to mind for me is with the whole conversation of the Nintendo Switch, more specifically the Switch Pro. Now, my problem isn't the fact that he talks about it too much, but that all he will need is a small hint of information to use as a source in order to make another video regarding the same topic. Sometimes just a rumor or a claim from sources that can't be considered 100% reliable, and thus making multiple videos on the topic rather pointless since it will be just another rumor, with no real progress on the discussion or the possibility of this becoming a reality. Granted, the videos themselves are made with proper care and editing in order to be appealing no matter what else. And he has also made videos talking about the downsides that will come from making such device, but it's still an example of what at least I consider something worth mentioning, which is that sometimes his content can fall on repetition for the sake of making more videos. But once again, that's majorly my personal experience with the content rather than a reflection of the channel as a whole, let alone a reflection of Rick himself, and I do want to point out that since this still stands throughout the entire marathon, I am talking about the channels, not the people, because I don't know them. But I don't know Rick, I don't know Jacob Geller, I don't know Greg Silver, I don't know Geekdom, I don't know any of them. I'd be down to know them, have a chat, and maybe even have them as guests for the Grey Line, but that's a different subject, and again, that doesn't mean I know them as people. Like we don't go for drinks or hookers or I don't know. I'm not into that kind of bullshit. So when I say Rick or any of the names, I'm still referring to the channels. Me saying Rick doesn't mean I'm talking about him as a person. At most, I'm talking about the content creator, which will still mean nothing in the context of talking about him as a human being with a life outside of social media. And that applies to every channel that I have mentioned and will mention on this marathon. Now, why did I decide to indeed talk about him? After all, I just went all over the place on saying that I don't have much of a real attachment to his content compared to other channels that I have mentioned. Well, the reality here is that he is still someone that represents the magic of what online creators can achieve. He has built a community, he does a lot of work, he's intelligent. Regardless of whether or not do I agree with his points, he's still very smart. I still say that the guy isn't talking out of his ass. And if he does, he will still be open to a discussion about why he stands on his own beliefs. That, and he will probably show you his ass talking to you. But I'm sure that will only happen when he makes an OnlyFans or something. Why am I talking about a man's ass? I don't know. The point being is that the guy has made a channel that I can say I respect more than I enjoy just by the principle of commitment to his goal of making content as a career, which is clearly something I can relate a lot. So maybe in a weird way, ReviewTechUSA did have an impact on me, just a bit more subtle than others. This is AGN from AGN Studios signing off. Thanks for listening and have a good one.